Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I have a cold, and once again, our players are...
Hi, I'm Corporal First Class Higgimus, and I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who's a human fighter from an asteroid near Brow.
Hi, I'm Yeldan Sharpai. I play an Elven Ranger from Faerun.
Hi, I'm Ockar. I play a human paladin from Brawl.
Hi, I'm Levalithana, wild mage for elf. Oh god, what a start!
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Lafdul Moonglade. He would steal stuff, but there's nothing to steal on us now. And
Steal
he's
snow?
He's master of
ice.
curing codes, apparently, as well.
You could dig holes and look what's
He's
underneath.
especially priest thief.
You could steal snow. It's fine.
Yes, steal the snow.
Alright,
Yes.
so, we left off last week. You guys had just left the ribbon. You are now on the dark side of Radol. It is very cold, it is very windy, and it is very dark. Now, Braxon, you have a lantern. Is that currently in beacon, the bullseye mode, or is it fully opened?
Oh.
That's going to set us off like a nightlight in the middle of the dark.
Yeah, it might attract everyone. I suppose.
We can't see otherwise, so we've got no choice.
Yeah. He'll have it fully open while we come out until we get our bearings.
Braxon, just so you know that Higgimus would have his stone out
Yeah.
that Leva made for him.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit awkward just to hold it in your hand.
Yeah, I mean, that means that you're holding it the entire time.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you're not... You need to,
don't
like,
have a
strap it round to
shield.
your head or something. Can't,
What?
like, strap it to your head. Your
Why
helmet
don't you
also.
get a nose piercing and hang it from your nose?
It's not a mindset.
Then he'll constantly have light flashing into his eyes from his nose.
No, it's alright. I'm holding on to it.
Anyways.
Okay, so both of you are providing a 60-foot radius of light in that case. And it's bright enough, it's like sunlight, but that also means that it's very difficult to see anything beyond that 60 feet. If you hide those items and cover up the light entirely, you can vaguely see some shapes. It's completely overcast, like just completely thick gray clouds everywhere. You can kind of see the mountains behind you, but that's really about it right now.
So there's not even any light from the stars because
No.
of the clouds.
It's
So
completely
it's basically a
100%
night here.
overcast.
It's basically a night here in winter time in New England.
I guess, but you're also not getting the light from cities around you.
I'm not either.
You still do.
Where I'm at.
Where you are, you still do.
Okay.
There's still like lights from the street. It's not as dark as it is here. I think you'd have to like get up to
Light
the Arctic
pollution.
or go out to the middle of the ocean.
Where
get
it's
kind of
just
an
black
equivalent.
everywhere, down above.
So is it normal darkness or advanced
Oh, this...
darkness?
It's normal darkness.
Absolute darkness.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
absolute because there is still, a little bit of light filtering through, but
Okay.
for all intents and purposes, it's standard normal
You'd be
darkness.
blind if you don't have...
Even with
It's cold,
infravision,
too.
you're not
I
seeing much because
understand.
everything is so cold that there's no differentiation in temperatures for you to even tell where terrain features change. It's that
All
cold.
right. All right. So it's really cold out. Let's
Yes.
get going. So the least amount of time we have to be out in this hellscape, I guess.
Oh, when
Frozen
I
hellscape.
rest, I'll be able to pick up a different spell. That might help with that. That sounds my new spell that I researched.
Okay, I am going to bring you over to this nice plain white map. because that's
Not
Hey,
bad.
look, it's where we're at.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So
So pick a direction.
now you guys were talking about tying yourselves together with with rope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who is in the lead, and are you doing this in a single file, or what? Like, what kind of order are you going in?
I imagine the wolf would be in the lead pulling the sled, right?
The wolf would be at the back.
No.
Yeah, you probably have the wolf in the back.
Oh, right.
One elf at the front, one elf at the back. They're the best herring, if any chance.
Well, I can go in front since we'll have to walk at my pace anyway.
That's what I was thinking.
And plus, if we get to something where I doubt there's going to be thin ice out here. I think everything out here would be solid. On the
Hang on.
off chance that we're wrong, I can walk on water.
That is true.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk on water and pull us through if somebody else falls in.
I'll just fly over. Levy can probably make herself fly. I don't know if she's memorized that. G-Man and Braxon can jump over. You can mount your wolf, so.
I'm noticing that
Jumping
Higgimus, you're down a few hit points. Anyone else who might be down a few hit points? You guys should all be full right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? We're going to need every hit point?
Yes.
We are.
Probably.
Of course we are. We always do.
Don't forget everyone's got their healing potions in the last 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of you adjusted it.
Oh,
I
right.
made
Yeah.
those potions.
I'm down a hit point.
Ald?
Yep.
Which direction do you want us to be aligned towards?
South.
For showing
Yeah,
order?
south, because I think you're closer to the
South.
you're closer to the top of the map right now.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna Now, are you guys you guys are gonna be in single file, correct?
Probably twos.
Is it twos, guys?
We could still have one rope and be sort of
Mhm.
left, right, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, actually, no. If that's impractical, then we'll just end up going single.
We
I mean,
could,
how much
however,
rope do you guys
attach-
actually have?
Does the Braxon's 50 foot of magic rope, I think.
I've got my silk rope that I keep in my pouch so it doesn't weigh anything.
We could attach ourselves to the mule.
Nah.
What?
Mule?
Yeah.
Yeah, her magic mount. Have you actually cast it?
I don't recall her saying that she cast it.
Yeah.
I will once when we start moving, because we have to. Well, when we start
We've got
packing.
to mount
Sorry.
it up.
Hmm?
We're going to pack it up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts for
Are we
like
going?
12 hours, so you should be fine.
Well,
I think we should do single file, guys, just to get in single file behind me.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
How far apart are we? Because that determines how much rope we use.
So,
Yes.
the bottom is the front there.
Yeah, where I am is the front.
Okay, then I'll put the wolf there.
the question is also how far apart are you going to be then?
Give ourselves at least one space apart, so that'll be like 5 foot.
Okay.
How long is the rope?
60.
Well, that's the magic
Using-
rope, but keep in mind that, you know, the rope has to be tied around you, so you
Yeah.
kind of need like double the distance between you.
How will rope deal in this weather? What's good?
I mean, it might get like
It's going to get cold and brittle, and you're going to have to hack it apart because it's going to be slightly frozen.
It'd be better if we use normal rope so that Braxon could use the magic rope if
I have a
anyone got
thing of rope,
split
so
off.
but how much rope?
just a regular.
50
Was it
feet?
50 feet?
60. 250.
Yeah.
Yeldan has
Don't we
50
have
foot of silk.
that silk rope that Lafdul has?
I have silk rope, but
Mine's
will
going
the
to be the hemp or whatever the normal rope is.
I
thing
have
is-
another 50 foot of silk.
does silk last better in cold temperature?
Probably. Silk is a lot stronger
we
in
use-
general.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
use 2 lots of silk, mine and Yeldan's.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
The only reason we have it is because Yeldan brought his.
You don't
Well,
need to have regular rope
let's-
now.
Well, let's space out our tokens then.
Well, I know where I
Braxon.
am in the middle anyway, so.
Well, if we're going south, then Braxon would want to be fairly close to the front. But somebody said
Yes.
an elf at the front would be a good idea.
Oh, elves generally have better hearing.
You just have a better chance of the price checks, that's all.
Yeah, but keep in mind that the wind is blowing quite strong.
If it's alright, then keep the fighters at the front and back, I suppose.
All right, so somebody put theirs like a space away from me.
Go down one.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
Who's coming in second?
I guess it's Elvie? Or, no, it's Braxon.
Okay.
There you go.
Damn it. It's Yeldan back.
Braxton likes second place.
That's good, guys. Let's just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Just to spread it out evenly.
Little
That's
gap
probably
between
good.
Lever and
55. We're
Ockar.
gonna have to hold. Well, I guess the wolf isn't actually tech tied.
I think that's probably
We've got-
fine.
We got 2 lots of rope anyway, so we should get like 100 feet.
This is probably
100 feet divided in half. 45.
This is good, guys.
Alright, if you say so.
Because
Well,
all
the
to
captain-
take, we need double the amount of rope as the length of the map. So
I
Okay,
think we're
you're good with
probably-
that order?
I think.
yeah, I think this would be one gap between Lever
I
and
think
Ockar.
about the gap as
it'll
well.
be too long.
It
Well.
doesn't. I think we're good. Let's go.
But that order's fine.
Okay. All right, so you guys tie yourselves together to each other, and then
Is
begin.
this like round the waist or something?
I would assume so. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you could go around the neck, but it might be a bad thing.
Plus, if I'm going first, maybe I can flatten out the ground in front of you guys a little bit more.
Braxton will try both modes of the lantern to see if either of them gives a better view.
It's always 60 feet. It's just a question of whether there's a lot of light showing in all directions. So, for example, if you shutter it so it's in bullseye mode, you're basically just getting a beam or a cone of light straight ahead. And considering
Right.
that you're in the front right now,
Mhm.
that means that everyone behind you is in darkness. I mean, they could see
Hey,
you.
Eld.
Yeah?
Do I know the limitations of my daggers and how long it'll stay aflamed?
I don't think you've ever tried it.
Yeah, and I hope I don't burn out all my charges figuring this out, if it is duration-based. I'm going to
Um,
do it for 12 hours.
Okay. So you're just going to be walking with your dagger out and inflamed, so it's like a torch.
Yeah, it's also keeping my hands warm.
I
I also
I assume it's radiating heat.
It does, and it projects light as a torch, which is less than continual light. Just FYI,
Yeah,
It's like half the distance,
20,
right?
20,
it's
40.
like
Oh, wait.
15 feet.
My
I
Just
mean,
phone.
we
less.
stick out like a sore thumb anyway, so it makes no difference.
Oh,
Lever
and I mean, like
constraints on Braxon.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Strap.
Pardon?
you're I mean, basically with the light from the torch and the continual light stone, which I will point out are now both in the front. Just
Yeah.
keep that in mind. You
Maybe we should pass one of those down.
Okay,
Just
so
swap.
Braxton's, yeah, that makes sense. I could pass mine down to either Yeldan or Lafdul.
I'm using my dagger at the moment.
Yeldan will take the light.
Okay, I will give Yeldan my light.
okay?
Ald's mentioned that several times now, so it's important.
And plus, Braxton can use his sword as well for his light
Yeah.
source. And it keeps himself warm.
Maybe they'll go after Braxton first. He has more hit points than I do.
Yeah, but
So
you're
I
the
cast
non-meaty
strings on
target.
Braxon.
Okay.
Lever cast strings.
And no wild surge. Okay.
Yeah, wait
You
till it all sends in the vampire moths.
What's the description of that spell on how you apply it?
What
Because
spell?
doesn't the person you have to massage your person in oil?
I'm sorry.
Uh,
What?
Huh?
What?
Oh, never mind. I'll look at the spell description myself.
Are we saying that he's giving him royal massage?
Yeah,
I,
you
honestly-
feel the
I thought that was what was happening with the spell, actually.
I think you're looking in the wrong book.
No, there was no nefarious
You want a
intent,
massage?
but-
You have to say something.
I mean, do you
No,
have
I
the,
was thinking of the practical impracticality of it, because if she's taking him to take off all of his armor,
do you have the components of strength listed right now, Leva?
I have the ingredients for spells listed. I have no separate components.
The material components of strength is a few hairs, a pinch of dung, from a
Yeah, no,
particularly
okay,
strong
so
animal.
no, it's not oil, Lafdul.
Alright.
You're probably thinking of
Alright.
another spell.
that's fine then.
Okay. So, Braxon, you get 2 points of strength. I believe your strength is normally 16, so that puts you at 18.
Woohoo! I have to bring my character sheet up now.
Okay.
We're on sub now.
And that will last, I will tell you just so you know. You're level 7, so that is going to be 9 hours.
Right.
So you get 9 hours of strength 18.
This you know it's going to last 9 hours, so.
No, but it's just easier for me to tell you right now. It's fine. I mean,
So he can keep track of it and Alt doesn't.
exactly. And it's not such a big deal.
How do I keep track of imaginary time?
Because Alt will say however much time has passed.
And then you'll know whether the spell has expired or not.
Oh, okay.
You'll feel yourself getting weaker.
All right.
So that's +1 to hit and +2 damage
Yep.
from last time I wrote. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so you guys have tied yourself together. Leva has cast her spell. Were you also going to cast your mount spell, Leva?
Yes,
Okay.
I already said I did.
All right. Well, yeah, but you were
Mount
saying
spell
once you're
for
ready to
the
get
bigger
going, so I just wanted to make sure that you were casting it now.
Yeah.
Where is my? There it is. Do. Okay, so this will be walking alongside you. And I will give it a brown color. There you go. So you've got your mule.
Okay.
Are you putting anything on it? Are you suggesting anyone
I
else
thought
put
the plan
anything on
was
it?
that I thought the plan was that we actually packed it. It is after all a pack mule.
Right, but you got to do that. I mean, that's spending time to do that. So what are you putting on it? You don't have to be too specific, just in general. I mean, you do have a sled right now, so you could have it drag the sled.
Mm.
That would be a good idea, yes.
Okay, is that what you guys want to do?
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then instead, Beowulf
Yeah.
will be up with you, and Yeldan, you'll be guiding the mule. Okay. All right. So you guys begin going, heading basically south. And you're following the compass, and it is, as I said, very, very, very cold. The parkas that you're all wearing are doing a pretty good job of protecting you. Pardon me, sorry. They're doing a pretty good job protecting you, keeping you nice and snug and warm. But the wind is blowing quite strong, and it's basically blowing right into your face.
Right.
It does periodically swirl up some snow, but there actually isn't a whole lot of snow on the ground right now. You're crossing basically stone at this point, right outside the entrance.
Right.
However,
So the wind blows towards the mountains continuously.
at least right now, yeah.
Yeah. If Braxon looks up at the clouds, are the clouds like going the other way away from the mountains?
It's hard to say because the clouds, I mean, number one, the light is making it very difficult to see anything beyond
Yeah.
the light, the range of the light. In addition, the clouds are it's so complete cover that it's difficult to see how they're actually moving.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we moved like to the left or the right, whether the wind would be blowing in the same direction if it's all the way around the planet blowing towards the mountains, or if we're just unlucky to be in a sort of cyclone or something.
Yeah, I mean, without doing more exploration, you really won't know.
Sadly, I don't have weather sense.
I'm actually not sure that weather sense would do much good here because it's so unusual. But yeah, no one has that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. After about an hour, you do realize that you've transitioned from stone ground to rough ice. It's not slippery, so you're not too worried about actually just like slipping and sliding.
I'm
but
wearing my crampons.
Okay, that's good. Keep that in mind because that will give you any bonuses should slipping and sliding come into play.
Oh, question. Alright. How does spellcasting get affected by us wearing this clothing? Because I assume it's restrictive.
Well, you're wearing mittens or gloves, very thick ones, and you'll have to take them off to cast anything that requires a somatic component. I'm not going to penalize you for the thickness of the coat. It doesn't really affect priests anyways because they can cast in heavy armor. But it could have affected Leva, but I'm not going to do that just because there's no particular need. Now, the parkas do provide you with a 1 point of armor class bonus if you're not wearing any other armor. So keep that in mind. That includes Leva. But
does that stack with my natural armor?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one better. That's a 5 armor class instead of a 6.
And we have our gloves connected to
a piece of string. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just pull them off, yes. and they're just dangling there.
Yep. Yeldan, I think Yeldan also has the same thing because you can't shoot a bow with gloves on.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah, I need mine for when I lay on hands, but I can use a sword and shield with the gloves on.
Yes, you can. Okay, so as I said, after an hour, you realize that you have transitioned over to ice, and now there is a bit of snow on the ground. Now, you're noticing that Higgimus is not really sinking into the snow. He's walking on top of it. The rest of you got to plow through.
Oh. Time to put on the snowshoes.
That's fun. I didn't realize that.
Because
I guess it counts as water.
Yeah, we should put on our snowshoes. I'm going to put mine on.
Yep. Leva will too.
Guess
that's what the snowshoes are there for, is to walk on top of the snow.
Okay.
She also looks jealous at Higgimus. Jealously.
Yeah.
Braxon will guard the others while they're putting on snowshoes before doing his own.
Doesn't actually do that.
Actually, Higgimus will watch out for everybody since.
Actually, yeah, I won't be. Yeah, I will as well. I'll have to forego my crampons to do that.
Higgimus, does your ring protect you from cold as well, or just the water?
No, it's definitely cold out here.
Yeah, remember he had that ring. He got hit by a wall of ice once.
But
no, but he himself did he feel cold or not?
Did I get hit by the wall of ice, or did I hit the wall of ice?
Either way, you got cold.
Now, I will point out that Higgimus, because you are a larger creature, and thus you have more body mass to surface, and you have thicker skin and everything like that, it's actually not as cold for you as it is for everyone else. It's still very, very cold. I mean, it's just not quite...
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, you don't. Now...
You can't walk around without the coat.
Braxon... You're toasty. You're fine.
He has the ring of fire resistance.
Oh god, he can take the coat off and walk around in his armor.
Hang on. Braxon's toasty.
Yeah, you feel comfortable.
Weird. Is this from being sheltered from the wind by Higgimus?
Nope.
Is it your weapon?
Nope. He didn't say that he
It's
was.
that cold protection ring, probably.
Hmm.
All right.
Maybe you should try taking off your coat and see what happens.
Not unless she needs to.
Okay.
Yeah, how's my dagger been holding up? Because I've been using it for an hour.
I'm going to.
The dagger seems just fine. It's not doing anything. It's not really producing a whole lot of heat.
No, it's like hand warm. I'm keeping my hands flexible.
It's keeping the one hand warm at least.
Yeah.
Ald.
Mm-hmm.
While they're putting their boots on and all that sort of thing, or their snowshoes, I'm guessing is what they're doing. I'm going to check the compass, make sure we're going to the right general direction.
Okay. Yep, you are. I would assume that you'd be
You gotta
checking
use a
it pretty
compass
regularly.
with a map.
Okay, yes.
We're still
I
going
would,
south
but-
then.
I hadn't said it directly. I just wanted to make sure I said it directly.
That's fine. Okay. Yep, you are heading straight south. So when you camp for the night, I'll give you some more information about the map itself. I would assume that you wouldn't actually be taking the map out to look in this wind.
No, probably just glancing at the compass, make sure I'm heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
If I'd have known Braxon wasn't cold, I'd have had the map tattooed on his back.
That is awfully permanent.
So we were supposed to be going south until we hit a river, right?
A
Well, not
body
like
of water.
Body of water. Would this seem like the body of water that we've hit?
No. You would
No,
say that this is more glacial than, and you really haven't. You're still like up in the mountains. It's sloping down
okay.
a little bit, but you don't feel like you've hit an actual steep slope yet.
Okay. I will
How
be
is-
keeping a lookout for that.
Okay.
How is Tayan holding up?
Tayan is cold in your backpack.
Okay.
He's staying in your backpack with like snuggled up into your spare clothes.
How's
Is protecting him quite a bit.
doing?
As far as you can tell, okay. He's getting a little bit of frost on some of his fur, but that's kind of normal. You know, the
He's
snow is
also
sticking
a
off
style-
his fur and stuff.
I'm gonna pet him.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, with everyone having their snowshoes on, you guys get underway again. The snowshoes definitely help keep you going at a faster pace. So, the next few hours pass pretty uneventfully. You don't see anything of note. You're still descending very slowly, and you're pretty sure you're on a glacier now. It's pretty obvious that you're not walking on stone. You're walking on layers of snow that are sitting on top of ice.
Can
Well,
we
it's a good thing we had these snowshoes on.
Can
Do
we see
any of us
Sorry, go on.
do any of us know anything about this type of weather, about this type of area of landscape?
I don't
Nope.
believe so.
I know it's cold.
Okay. Do we
All
know
I is
anything
that
else?
It's very cold.
Not really.
Why is
I mean,
Ald rolling a bunch of 46?
Oh, okay. So we can't bring in real world experience.
Oh, right.
It depends. I mean, if it seems pretty common sense based on just, having experienced winters, yeah. But none of you have been in glacial or Arctic areas.
What I will say
Okay.
Yeah.
regarding that, because we have to take into account that it's a more medieval period, so to speak, in that people were more practical back then. So it'd be more common knowledge to know these things.
Yeah,
More
but
likely, anyway.
Yeah.
we're
If
going to a tidally locked planet that's permanently in darkness.
I think medieval is thrown out the window.
Yep.
And
The
rifts
problem
in
is-
the eyes. Sorry.
The problem is we could have gone to a normal planet that had a polar region and gone there and asked some people what it was like there, but that still might not be anything like this.
Mhm.
Plus, you didn't go to a normal planet with a polar region and ask people what it was like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Braxon was trying to find some information but failed miserably.
So we don't know about holes and rifts and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll know once one of us falls into one and Higgimus has to pull us out.
Okay.
Does Ockar have any ancestors that come from Nordic-like environments?
Oh, I am Norse, so
Yeah.
probably.
Do you know about avalanches and stuff?
He's probably heard about them in tales passed down, but he's probably never experienced one.
Yeah, he's a few generations removed from that.
Okay.
He's heard about locations like this and how his people survive, but he never really cared to know the finer details.
After all, you lived in Iraq in space. You know, how likely was it that you would encounter
Would
anything
any
like
of
that?
us
Yeah.
know to, if we get soaking wet, we have to find a way or a means of drying ourselves off immediately?
I mean,
yeah.
some of you
It's
have
cold
experienced
weather.
winter. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know, but would we know in character?
I mean, you would know that you would need to warm up. Yeah, that's
Right.
I feel like that's kind of common sense.
yeah.
If you get wet and it's super cold, dry yourself off.
I don't know that it's that common sense because people get hypothermia in the real world, and they feel like they're burning, and they actually take their clothes off. So those people that are in a bad state are actually convinced that they need to take their clothes off.
Well, how about this? If a situation comes up, I will adjudicate it based on what you decide to try to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So you
Or-
continue on after getting your snowshoes on, and the trip is fairly uneventful for a few hours. There are periodically like little dips and snow drifts that you have to navigate around, but Higgimus is checking the compass pretty regularly and keeping you on track.
Can we infer anything from the bits of terrain that we have to move around? Like whether we're in valleys and stuff?
The land features aren't that big. I mean, for the like, if you zoom out, it's flat.
Yeah.
So as far as you can tell, it's flat. Now you do seem to be sloping down slightly.
Yeah.
And periodically there are little drops. You go down a few feet of a bit steeper and stuff like that. But it's pretty. It's actually surprisingly easy going. Real quick question, Leva. How long does your mount spell last? And actually, I should have rolled level variation, but I didn't. I did it for the strength, but not the mount. So how long does it normally last?
12 hours, I think she said earlier.
Well, I want to double check.
I think I said that. I don't know.
Because, I mean, that may determine when you guys camp, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oops. It would help if I turned my voice on, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it would.
Oh God, sorry about that. It's 2 hours plus 1 hour level. So that depends on the level variation.
Okay, so with no level variation, it's 9 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Pretty decent.
Until it suddenly becomes 7 or something.
Okay. All right,
So we keep going to the mountains of-
you'll know how long it lasts when I tell you it disappears.
Yeah, all the
Okay.
equipment's on
Yeldan's
drop
also
side.
one of the reasons why Yeldan's at the back is he's keeping an eye on the magic mount.
Okay.
Okay, so after about 5 hours of total travel from leaving the mountains, you, Higgimus in the lead, you do see a large dark spot appearing in front of you. As you get closer, you realize that there is an enormous crevasse in front of you.
Oh,
Wow.
It
Do
does
you
not.
stop?
It's not perpendicular to the your travel. It's more of at an angle.
Mm.
If you go to the right, you'll continue going in generally a southish direction, but it's more of an angle.
Oh, it's like one of those. Oh, what do you call those books where you choose option A, go to page 33 or something?
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one of them. It reminds me of that.
Yeah, apart from AuldDragons, the pages.
Anyways,
So, okay,
you
thinking
can't
about-
see the other
Okay.
side clearly, so you can't
Oh.
judge the distance.
because Yeldan will suggest because we're on ice and we don't know how sturdy he is, we should keep a wide breadth of hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One sec. So thinking in my head about the map. So if we head towards the right direction, that you said still continues south.
Yeah, I'll just draw.
Will
draw
that be
something
take-
on there? Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, just draw it on the map.
So it's kind of going like that. Maybe not quite that right angle. Hold on.
All right. So once again, thinking about the map, if we head south along the right way, is that going to be taking us away from the area that we were wanting to go?
Thinking about the map, it wanted you to go. Let me see what I had written down.
This might be a
It
situation where we
told
pull
you
out
to
the
turn
map.
west, which is right. So if you go in with the angle, you'll be going in the general direction that you want to go anyway, and not away
Okay.
from it.
Yeah, then let's go that way.
It might be worth counting the paces that we make along the diversion.
There's no
All right. Let's head that right way.
if
Hey, old.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the map, would I know to use if I use Narison to memory? Would
Wait,
that
wait.
help?
Would you use what?
If I use Narison.
Oh, Horizon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Horizon, sorry.
It's okay.
If I were to commit it to memory, would that apply? Because a +2 to a memory check, or not memory check, to a check. Where to come up.
What are you trying to commit? The map.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty simple.
Oh, alright. If it's simple, I don't need to.
Yeah, no. It's a pretty simple map.
don't need to use the
It's
spell.
it's
I just
all
thought the first
based
time I
on
might have a use for that spell.
it's all based on landmarks, and the landmarks are essentially pretty large landmarks. I mean, like they're the kinds of things that it would be difficult for you to miss, assuming that everything is still the same as when this map was created.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Yeldan will suggest keeping at least 30 feet away from.
Okay.
Right.
You don't need
Continue
to-
on the right path.
You don't actually need to move your token for that.
Oh, okay.
Just
Braxon suggests to Higgimus we might want to count the paces so that we can work out how to get back here so that when we go north we get to the place where the dwarves are.
I'm just gonna remember landmarks. That's what I'm gonna kind of try to do a little
Well,
bit.
since we're not at the edge of the crevice, I see what he's saying.
Hmm.
Possibly mark it somehow, and hope the mark stays.
Because it'd be good for knowing our way back as well.
Hmm.
do you have
I'm not
anything that
sure
you
what
could
with the
use to
wind and
mark?
everything. with the wind and everything, I'm not sure that anything we do, like footprints, will be here when we come back.
Not footprints.
Well, I mean, if you guys have an idea of how to leave a mark, definitely do
As a
mention it.
person,
Well,
I
I
don't know how
have
to
one
leave.
idea. Didn't we buy a whole bunch of like poles and stuff when we were thinking about making something before we got the sled?
Oh yeah.
I say we take
Sure
one
was.
of those and we stick it into place as a marker.
It's a lot of wood to.
But
There's
that
just
also
one,
means
like-
that you can't make a travois if you need it.
Well,
Yeah.
we bought like a bunch of those poles, so we could make. So,
No, there's only bought 2. We don't buy that many.
no,
Yeah,
no,
no.
we bought enough for every fighter to have their own travois.
Yeah, well, let's not lose that ability just in case we need it.
Okay, I think
What's the
Yeldan
ground
might
like?
know a way to freaking mark
Yeah.
leave a mark that we can find later in the snow. Because as a person, I have no idea, but I feel like this is something that he would know.
Well, I mean, but see, if you can't think of something, I'm not going to say you can just roll on it and do it. You as the characters need to
Okay.
think of, I mean, you as the players
All right.
would need to think of
Braxton's-
something that your character would think of.
Braxton's going to put the lantern near the icy ground and see if there is anything memorable about it.
Not particularly. I mean, other than the giant crevasse.
Yeah, no, the stuff we're standing on, not the crevasse.
Right. No, I mean it's you're dealing with blowing snow on solid ice. There's
All right, Braxton's going to take out his flaming sword,
Mhm.
and he's going to try marking the snow to see whether marking the ice to see
It'll
whether it
just cover over
changes.
though, won't it?
Yeah, I know, I know. But I'm wondering if we could make a gigantic circle or something that.
Hold on.
Won't
Actually,
it
I got
just
an
be
idea.
snowed on later?
I have an idea.
okay. Well, so Braxton is playing around with his sword. What is your idea?
I'll pull up my 15-foot pole,
All right.
put it together, and then I get some cloth, tie it on the end of it, preferably like some sort of bright cloth, and I will ask Braxton if he can melt a little bit of ice with his flaming sword.
Okay.
I'll melt
I
it
see.
so it's like deep enough in there, and then I'll hold it there until it freezes up enough for the pole to stand still.
Okay.
You're gonna
When
lose the
when
pole,
Leva
though.
says you do that, she says, "I've got something in my robe that is long, thin, and rigid. It might be two long, thin, and rigid things. That might be poles as well, of some
Well,
sort."
this is just something that I have. It's not a
Okay.
big deal. It's not lost to
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
can
mean,
buy
it's
another one if necessary.
Yeah, but it's a folding pole, and you might need. I mean, this at least folds up and puts in your pocket, and
Oh, this is
Leva
why
hasn't
you're
done
gonna be
anything
one of
with
the
her-
poles that we got earlier.
Okay. We can check out your thing then. If you have something labeled, we can use that.
So I pull out this long, thin, rigid thing. What does it turn into?
okay. So you pull off one of the patches, and that is in fact a 10-foot wooden pole.
And we'll put that into place.
I suggest that we use this. I have another one if we need it, just by the way.
Detach the cloth I had on the one pole and put it on hers,
Okay.
and then
How-
repeat the process I had.
I'm not going to alter what's been happening, but could that pole be used for pole vaulting?
Maybe, but it's only 10 feet long.
Yeah,
And
it's
pole
not
vaulting
nearly
poles
long.
tend to be a lot longer.
Yeah, you would need like 20 to 30 feet for that.
Well, but I mean, you could still try it, and that still might make a difference in what you want it to do. But it certainly wouldn't give you great height like a full length pole vault pole would give you. It still might
I
help
doubt
in
it could-
something.
I doubt it could get you across that crevasse.
No,
Braxton-
I wasn't thinking of that.
Braxton says to Leva, before you had a spell that could make things glow. Do you think you could make the pole glow?
Oh, you mean the continual light?
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't have it memorized.
Ah,
So we'd have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Till after we rest. Then I could do it, yes.
we're not near
However,
camping time, are we?
I don't
Do we need-
think resting our crevasse would be our best plan. It wouldn't be our worst plan, but it wouldn't be our best plan.
All right. So have the pole set up with the little, with
Besides,
the
if we
cloth
put a
attached
light
to it.
on-
Okay.
So
And besides,
How-
what color is it? Is it red? Is it
How
yellow?
about the opposite? I've got a dagger of continual darkness. The
All right.
opposite.
Well,
Unlike-
so you guys have left basically a little flag.
yeah.
So that's I've made a note of that because that will be a good marker for getting back. Okay.
And I was gonna say also, putting continual light on it would probably be a bad idea because it would make it in every single creature that lives around here.
If
It's
there
just a
is
bow.
anything living out here, we haven't seen anything yet.
Doesn't mean there isn't.
All right.
Whatever's underground
But
probably lives out
it
here.
all. I mean that also assumes that they'd be attracted to light. They may not. They could be blind. It also assumes that they would do something with the light once they get to it. You know, I mean, if they get to it and sniff it, and it's like, all right, that's not food. I'm just leaving now. You know, so it still could work.
One person could steal it and try to use it as a weapon. Like, I've got the shiny stick. I am God.
It is a Norse thing to do, isn't it?
I mean,
right?
there's also a wand that you guys have that does light.
Lights.
Maybe that would do something. You might have some scrolls. I can't recall.
I used my continual light.
I'm planning on saving the charges on my wand.
Okay.
That's fine. We can push on.
Okay. All right. You set up the flag and make a turn, kind of keeping the.
One sec.
Yep.
Leva, you said you can memorize the spell tomorrow, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll lash my continual light stone on the pole.
All right. Well, then the rear has no light then.
That's fine.
Oh, you could just get me or Braxon to. Well, ideally Braxon, because he's got a sword.
Well, actually,
Braxon has
Lasso
the
could be
lantern.
near you, Yeldan, and then you would have light.
Braxon has the lantern and it's lighting up the front.
Yeah, but
Alright, he can
Lasso
pass
has
the
the
lantern.
dagger that counts as a torch.
You know what? I'm still carrying around a bullseye lantern.
Oh,
with
right,
some
you
oil.
are.
I'll use that.
Okay.
And then Braxton can pass down his lantern.
How long does the oil last, by the way?
One
let's
use is
see.
4 hours, isn't it?
I need to take a look.
I hope we probably have enough lantern oil.
Probably not, but Leva can cast another spell tomorrow if she's willing to help me out with that.
Bullseye lantern. Keep in mind that with a regular bullseye lantern, you can't open it all the way up.
Yes.
All right. So you're just giving light in front.
I'm using a flashlight.
All right. That also has a 60-foot range and 2 hours per pint of oil, which I would assume is how much it can actually hold.
Okay.
How long are we? Because the people at the back are complaining about the darkness. Are they inside the radius of Braxton's lantern?
They'd be at the edge.
You said it's 6 foot, right? No.
Yeah. I mean, it's not quite the edge, but they're pretty close to the edge.
That's
All right.
about halfway into the light.
Braxton will reluctantly pass his back his beloved lantern.
Okay.
and keep his sword out.
Okay.
I'll hand you my the bullseye lantern because you're the one using that, right? Or no? You're the one doing the light.
He
Well,
was
can
carrying his
Can you
lantern.
see enough? Yeah.
Is Lafdul gonna carry the lantern?
I'm
Well,
using my dagger.
All right.
Who wants a lantern from Braxton?
Give it to Yeldan, and then you can have my bullseye one.
Right.
All right, let's move.
Okay.
Carry
You get back underway. There are a number of snowdrifts coming up. They're pretty high, and you have to navigate around them, so you do lose sight of the crevasse for a bit.
Braxton's going to walk slightly to the side of Higgimus so that he can scan the light left and right.
Okay.
In order to light up the way for Higgimus.
Okay. Now, as you do walk around these large snowbanks, you suddenly hear the flurry of snow kind of swooshing about, and I'm going to need everyone to roll 1d10 for surprise.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not wearing my...
Lafdul's not surprised.
It's a good thing I'm not wearing my great helm right now.
Keep in mind that there may be a modifier on this.
All ones are never surprised, aren't they?
It's either good or bad.
No, you need higher is better.
Oh, alright, I'm surprised then.
Yeah, higher is better.
Okay.
I've gone from awful to awesome.
Oh, God.
It'll be fine.
Well, the paladin and the thief are completely surprised.
It's all right. They're
really
going to eat.
for the group.
It's all right. They're going to eat Braxton before they get to your character.
Leva and Braxon, you're not surprised. Braxon, you spot the snow moving just in time to not be surprised, but that's because you're holding the lantern, and Leva just happened to be looking in the right direction. Unfortunately, no one else spotted
Braxton
that.
Braxton calls out, Higgimus, look out!
And a large furred creature just bursts out of the snowbank just to your right.
Does it suddenly get... Oh, okay. Never mind.
My
That's not
own
Winter Wolf.
Beard, that thing's huge.
It is considerably
furry?
large. It is quite large. You can't. It's coming out of a snowbank. It seems kind of serpentine in shape, and it is coming towards you and Braxon Higgimus. So the two in the front.
That's unfortunate.
It's not
Leva,
going for the
it is a
hateful
surprise round, so you cannot cast a spell. You can use magic items. So go ahead and roll an initiative.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to guess that's some kind of snake, so when I eventually get a chance, I'm going to go with longsword, but that's not until next turn.
Hang on.
Oh, I can't do anything this round anyway, so...
Yeah. Nearly forgot to click on my PC.
I think I did. Yeah.
All right, I'll add you to the. Oh, actually, it helps if I actually have the turn
Initiative
tracker up.
open, yeah.
I forgot to click on myself too.
Yeah. Well, I find if I open my character sheet, it usually comes on top of the little picture of Braxon.
All right,
And I have to
roll
move
5.
You can double click the top of your character sheet instead of roll 20 and enlarges it.
You can.
If you're not popping out the window into a different window.
Oh, yeah. No, I know that. I thought you meant if I double clicked it, it would show me highlight the little picture.
No, it just allows you to turn it into a little tiny bar. Okay.
Yeah, I already do that.
Okay. All right. Leva, because of the distance away it is at the time, you are able to get your magic missile off, your wand off first.
Nice.
So you're using how many charges? 2?
2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for damage then.
Let me see, what is it? 2d4 +2, isn't it? 8. Nice.
While I find where your wand is on here so that I can alter the charges. Where did I put that? There it is.
Soon it will go fizzle, and nothing will happen.
Is this a monster or animal?
You don't use it that much, and wands can have a lot of charges.
There was a time.
Lafdul, you're not sure?
Alright.
So 9 damage. Okay. Alright, Braxon, you are also able to move. Keep in mind that you are on a rope.
Yep.
I think you've got enough, but you'll be dragging people behind you.
Yeah, and I've got leather attached to me instead of someone that's less crunchy.
Levi's not crunchy.
You could try dragging Higgimus because that's 5 feet of leeway on the rope.
Yeah. Well,
it's a little bit more, but
yeah. Braxon's gonna run towards the creature, going yeah, trying to scare it and hack at it with his sword.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Must eat noisy one first.
Wow. That is a hit.
This is the flaming
Right.
longsword, right?
Yep.
Yeah, flaming longsword. And
Go ahead and move your
am
token,
I
by the way.
doing? Sorry,
Go ahead and move your token.
move token. Yeah.
Don't forget you're strong.
Oh yeah. So.
And this basically
Oh yeah,
drags
it's +1 as well.
all of you guys along.
Yeah. Am I doing the?
It is a large
the
creature.
D8 or the D12?
It is a large
It's a
creature, so
D12.
D12, yeah.
+2. Oh no, there's pluses on the thing anyway, isn't there?
Yeah.
Is it +6?
So you got +2 for strength, +2 for specialization, and +1 for. No, actually, yeah, 1 for the weapon. So 5, I think.
5. So I've got the wrong thing written down on my character sheet.
Let me see.
Odd.
Well, hold on.
I could just do the D12 and you can add what you want.
Yeah. I might be forgetting the modifier.
Well, if I got the wrong thing on my sheet, I want to fix it. But we can do that in the break. I rolled a D12 and I got 12.
Nice.
Pretty
Wow.
nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you come up this you've got a good view on this now. It is clearly some sort of serpent, but it has fur on it. And it's opened its mouth wide to try and strike at you, but you come in with your flaming sword and just lop its head off.
Oh,
Wow!
It is dead.
This is not normal. This is not what Braxon does. He
No.
misses.
This is not normal.
Well,
You just-
good job, buddy.
Everyone else is just like,
Braxton's
what is this thing that just? Oh, it's dead.
Braxon turns off his sword and puts it under his arm and grabs the head and chucks it to Higgimus and says, "Do you want this?"
I'll look at it. What's it look like? I mean, besides the snake, is it
How?
a furry snake?
Yeah, it's a furry snake. It's scaled on the underside, completely
Cool.
white. It
Yeah, the
is the
scales.
exact same color as the snow. Although
Huh.
with its mouth open, you can clearly see it.
Is it
Braxton
slimy
says-
scales?
No, snakes
No.
aren't slimy.
This
Braxton
is
Well,
not
says,
the
you know what I
thing,
mean.
though.
Oh,
This is
shiny?
not the thing.
Well, is it like super smooth, like the snake scale stuff?
No, it is not glossy. It is kind of matte.
Oh, it's mad.
So it doesn't reflect light.
Does it have like armor plating or anything like that? Weird.
I mean, it's pretty thick. I mean, this thing is a big snake. Some of it is still hidden by the snowbank that it sprang forth from, but it's a good, like, pulling the body a bit. It's a good 16 feet long.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a big snake.
This part that Braxon chopped off,
Mhm.
is it enough to be considered like an example of this creature?
I mean, it's a head, so yeah.
Well, I mean, like, does it have enough of the body to show like what?
Yes, keep it.
Yeah, I was wondering if we need any more of it.
Probably the head's good enough. As long as we
I
include
thought
body
you-
length and notes, we'll be fine.
I thought you liked to hang heads on the wall.
I do, but we have to take the stuff back to the people.
That's true, but can't we eat the thing?
Ew.
Oh, well, you don't want to eat it, but we can eat it. You can have the rest of the ration.
You
Alright.
you
I
could try
think
it.
I can cook it.
You could try.
Well, look,
Lafdul
look.
will be taking measurements. He's also writing down notes. He's got a book to write stuff in.
If
Can
we
we,
dig
can we
this,
do a
memory.
cooking check? Can we do a cooking check to see whether it's edible?
No.
Okay.
if we dig this thing out, it's cold, so it shouldn't go off. But we could gut it. We could get Yeldan could cut the skin off, and if the skin is salvageable for anything, we can use it. Otherwise, we can show it to the people back at the ribbon before it goes rotten.
Okay.
Well, I
Yeah,
look
sounds
around at all the other snowbanks. I was like, there could be more around here. We shouldn't dally.
And plus, we'll be
Could be.
sitting out in the snow. As much as I want to make snow armor out of this,
Well, if you
Snow
think
armor.
about it, if it's cold, if it's outside, it should keep it fresh, shouldn't it? I mean, you get ice
yeah,
houses.
but it will also get eaten.
Braxton, you don't understand. It's cold out here. But Higgimus's greed thing's starting to pop in his head a little bit. Wait, what's that skin? You said it's furry?
Yeah.
Like it could have a pelt?
Yep.
I think the pelt was ruined when we cut its head off.
No. Actually,
The rest of the body is
that's
good.
actually a good thing because it was one strike.
yeah. I mean, it's just the head.
Yeldan, do you think you could take its pelt?
I could try. No guarantees.
How many hours is this?
I mean, you could put it on the
Yeah,
on
we
the
can
sled.
put it on the cart. Yeah, Yeldan's like,
Okay.
let's put it on the cart and get going because the more we dilly dally, the
Yeah.
more.
All right, Higgimus will work on that.
Braxton's going to try and pull it out the snowdrift.
Okay. Braxon and Higgimus, you two have to work together to do it.
I'll join in.
Because it is a it is a 16-foot long snake.
So it's just really awkward.
I think we'd all just take like a part of it and just flop it on.
Yeah, to speed things up because we're all tied together anyway.
All right, and Higgimus will settle the head down someplace on our thing.
How much heavier is this thing now?
Higgimus race Giff. Hobbies collecting heads.
You know, I almost feel like Higgimus is very similar to that one character off Jumanji.
Well, like I've described, Giff are kind of the Great White Hunter kind of stereotype. Maybe not quite so much of the hunter type personality, but in terms of the British over the top, British persona.
What?
I'm just moving everyone back into the order that they were.
Hip hip cheerio.
Jolly good.
Let's go.
All right. So with that on your cart, you get back onto heading
And
along
since
the crevice.
the thing came out of a snowbank, Yeldan would suggest to Higgimus to poke every snowbank with his sword that we pass by.
Or the-
fair point.
Or the 10-foot pole.
This will bring
Oh,
out
yeah.
evidence that we actually found something out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
No intelligence though.
Oh, Yeldan's writing this down in his book.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an animal of some sort, although possibly magically altered.
Or altered to survive in the current environment.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like an intelligent monster, but it's more animal-like. But it still could either be naturally occurring or magically altered. One
Okay,
Can
of
I
those-
make a note of this? Because I have a spell that might potentially summon them.
you can make a note of it, yeah.
Yeah, a mental
Laugh.
note. Yeah.
Could you turn yourself into one?
What?
Summon the snow worms.
Anyways.
Lafdul, this is a snake. So when we get to a stopping point in the camp, could you check to see if it had like venom or something?
It would be frozen up by now.
Doesn't mean it doesn't have it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I can
Okay.
check, I guess.
Does Lafdul have the anatomy proficiency?
No. That's why I assume it would be more Yeldan's thing. He's been doing it.
Oh, Yeldan's the one that's been doing the venom stuff. Okay.
No.
Yeldan, could you check when we get when we set up camp?
No guarantees, and I'm not very good at anatomy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm more good at getting the skin off.
Oh, what do you...
Yeah.
Here's the question. Can't your sword detect poison? Can it not detect poison contained within a head?
Could give that a try, and it would be in the... I don't know if it'd be in the head.
Yeah, well, we'll give it a shot. Who knows? Might be fun. But we'll do it when we...
Do it when you
So
stop.
once we get it loaded up, we'll head on off.
Okay.
Continue on.
All right. So you continue on. You go a little bit slower, poking the snowbanks, being worried about exactly what might be in any of them. But you do come to the end of the crevasse at about a time when you guys are kind of flagging, feeling that it's time to get some rest. It's hard to tell exactly how long it's been.
The mount's still up, then it's within a certain period then.
Yeah, but you don't know what the duration is of that spell. And technically, like, you wouldn't actually know the duration of the strength spell, Braxon. You just know that it ended. You wouldn't actually know that that's 9 hours. But the strength spell has ended a little while ago now.
Yeah.
Oh, so the mount is not there anymore either.
Nope, mount is still around.
The mount was there for longer.
Alright, well, let's...
Braxon tells Lever that a spell's worn off.
Okay. You get
Alright,
another
then.
one tomorrow.
Well, let's try to set up camp. Do you have that camp setting up spell?
I do.
Okay, so
I will
the
set
party loves me for that
stuff.
spell.
Yeah. I'll set the camp stuff out so that Lafdul can get the camp spell thing going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do we need food or water or anything? I do have that memorized, but...
we don't need food or water yet.
Yeah.
We
brought
might be
supplies.
eating this tonight. I pointed the giant thing that we hauled with us.
I might do it just for water. So we don't...
We're
do-
surrounded by water.
We can
Alright.
boil the water. We brought firewood.
Hang on. Have we tested this water to make sure it's water?
It's
Snow.
snow.
No.
Yeah.
Could be methane.
Could be methane.
I've heard of methane, but I don't know exactly what it is.
It's different to water.
Someone mentioned it in the bar once, that there was a planet with a methane atmosphere.
Well, I bet he was happy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Well, you guys, you're casting that create campsite spell, Lafdul.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
purify any water with this.
One more thing. Is there any way to tell where there's like any rocky areas?
You're pretty sure that you're on Glacier. You
Just
haven't
Glacier,
seen
flat out
anything
Glacier.
that seems like maybe a small mountain peak or a hill poking up through the glacier.
Okay.
Is it still windy, Old?
It is still very windy. Yeah, it has
Braxon,
been windy the entire time.
Braxon says, do you think it's worth us carving out a small hole and camping with the tent in the hole in the hopes that the wind blows over the top of us?
It'd be a pretty big hole.
Yeah, we'd
You
have to
pile
go
up the
pretty
snow around the camp anyway. Over the
Yeah.
tent.
Yeah, that's how Yeldan was like, while we were setting up, that's the idea, is I was going to set up a sort of windbreak.
I mean, there are snow drifts. You could put up against one of the snow drifts.
Yeah,
If-
there we go.
Yeah.
Are we going to light a fire? Or rather, can we light a fire?
We brought firewood, so yes, we can.
No. The point is are we just going to melt through the snow? If it's not on a solid surface.
Can we?
There's ways to set up a fire on ice without doing much.
That's a point.
Your spell should do it anyways.
Otherwise, Leva has fire buildings, so she should know how to make a fire under such circumstances.
Yeah, the spell would I think that would be specialized and probably not fall under the auspices of that spell.
Okay.
So
you're gonna have
if
to
you
roll
want
that.
to, yeah, go ahead and roll me fire building.
Well, if we're not going to eat this snake, we could roll it round into a big spiral and build a fire on top of it. Probably damage it, but...
Well,
what's Leva's fire building skill do?
Yep.
The
So
campsite is
Leva, you
skillfully
you know how to build the fire in such a way that to minimize the risk of melting beneath it.
Okay.
So you're able to do that. I don't actually know how
Oh.
to do that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I
neither
don't
do
know.
I know
Me
one of the
neither.
things is you actually do build a pit. You like dig into the ground and make a pit where you put
Yeah,
the
but
fire.
surely the
Yeah, but if we are on
ice
ice,
underneath would melt.
yeah, there's still ways of doing it, even though there's ice.
well, but I mean, part of it is also, it's the same way that an igloo keeps you warm despite it being ice.
Yeah.
And yet doesn't melt entirely. There's ways to do it. So you got fire
I
building,
suppose eventually.
which is good.
Leva knows quite well how to do this. I don't.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you're able to take care of it. It's fine.
Eventually there'll be a layer of ash. That'll be the ground.
So
Anyway.
what are you guys gonna do with the corpse? Did you want to actually do anything with the corpse?
Well, we were planning to skin it for its pelt and then see if we can use its meat for cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, is that what you guys are gonna do?
That's what I gathered from what everybody was saying earlier.
That's what Braxon suggested, but do we want to do that now, or do we want to leave it
We're
on the...
setting up camp, so
We're at camp.
Setting up camp.
and
do
I
we-
mean, certain people would have to do this, so they need to tell me, yes, I'm doing that.
Yeldan, I will ask Yeldan if they can help out with that, or
Yeah,
take care of
I'll
that.
also use my sword to detect to see if there's poison thing.
The sword does not detect poison, but whether that's because it has lost its potency or there was none, you don't know.
Okay.
It does have.
So we don't
it
know
is
if
a
the thing-
snake. It does have fangs. You're looking at
Does have
the
fangs.
at the head.
Oh, right.
So I
Can
probably
I
had like
squeeze
poison
one of the
darts or something.
fangs, or simulate like how they do that? I don't know how they actually
Milk
do
it?
that, but yeah, cause whatever it does to get.
well, does it have
to
holes in the fangs?
Yeah. Would be my question too.
Who is going to look at the fangs?
Save versus Fang.
I think me
Yep.
and Higgimus will hold.
Someone who
well-
has some experience with animals or poisons or something like that would probably need
Either
to do
me
this.
or
It can't just be
Yeldan.
someone, anyone.
I offered to do it.
Okay, do you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay, give me an intelligence check. Those
14.
fangs are hollow.
Oh, I have a good look in.
Well, I mean, the fangs are hollow. I mean, you can tell that.
Could I tell if they suck blood
No,
as opposed
can't
to
tell.
protrude
Okay.
it, so to speak?
I'll say these things probably had some sort of poison, so probably don't get bit by them. Who knows what the frozen snake will do to you?
Mm-hmm. So,
That's
they
my
look
Yeldan,
leatherworking
good?
check.
that nice
Hell.
leatherworking check.
Would this
Well,
would
it might
these-
be a failure still if there's modifiers.
Would these fangs could they be made into a dagger?
No.
No.
No,
Never mind.
they're too small. All right, so Yeldan, you take the corpse and skin it. And you're not really in a good place to get it dried, for obvious reasons. But you are able to pack it in snow and leave it on the cart, and hopefully that will preserve it.
Could I get a bone from this for my animal summoning spell?
A bone? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have my snowworm pet.
Yeah, you
Does
take
Leva
a
want a wall cooking
rib.
on it?
You take a rib from
It's
it.
something I'm going to be doing during the downtime, is making a musical instrument out of it. I'll take a few, so in case I get massive failures, I'll take several bones.
Ah, you need to make a musical instrument out of it.
Yeah. This is like downtime. I've got nothing else to do. I'm doing this.
The problem with doing that, if I recall, snakes are mostly vertebrates.
Yeah, well, no, they're mostly ribs too. So I think you could do it with a rib. We'll go with a rib.
Yeah, I'll
Take
take
a
whistle out of it.
I'll grab like 4 ribs. I'll give myself 4 attempts.
Okay.
You don't want to make a whistle out the fangs then.
There's a few hundred ribs, so you're good. All right. Were you guys gonna cook up some of the meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can Lafdul make a xylophone out of the ribs?
He's
Why
not
would you
that
want a
elaborate.
xylophone?
Higgimus will pass on that. He'll just continue to eat his rations.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat snake meat.
So who is actually gonna do the cooking?
Oh, Leva has cooking proficiency.
Yeah. I'm.
Yeldan will help.
Yeldan will be busy skinning, so I
Yeah,
assume
yeah.
during that time, Level will be doing. I assume. I don't know.
You know, I think she
I
does better
ask
all
because just because she has the cooking proficiency, she may not want to do it, and she may say, I'm not doing it. So
Yeah, I
don't
wasn't
when
insinuating that.
someone has a skill, don't just assume they're going to do it. They need to tell me I am going to do it. So when I say who is going to do it, if the person with the skill says I'll do it, let's just leave it at that, please. So
Okay.
Leva will do it if we can figure out whether it's edible or not.
Braxon says he'll volunteer.
what was that?
Can we like?
You broke up.
I'll volunteer to try it if you'll cook
Can we
it.
like char?
I'm
piece on,
immune
like,
to
the dagger?
diseases.
All right,
Just
let's
keep
cook
it
it up. Let's cook it up.
Okay. Give me a
And
cooking
then we all
proficiency
died of
check.
poison snake.
You want a cooking proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, she's better at me.
You cook it up, making guesses as to proper temperatures and things like that, and Braxon and Ockar are the first to eat it because they volunteered.
Mhm.
It doesn't taste very good. It's pretty gamey, kind of almost kind of rubbery. It's also very fatty, but that doesn't add much flavor to it.
No, but it'll give you the
That
energy.
might be
out
useful.
there.
It's nourishing, and yeah, I mean, fat is good in this kind of environment, but it's not very tasty.
Yeah.
It's not the
I'll
worst
eat
thing
it
either of us have
regardless.
eaten, though.
Braxon says it's
not
the
vile,
best.
so.
It's the best furry snow snake I've ever eaten.
It's the only furry snow snake I've ever eaten.
It most definitely does not taste like chicken.
Braxon, how do you expect us to improve our cooking if you tell us it's the best you've ever eaten?
Well, it's the only furry snow snake I've eaten so far. It's not as good as Void Scabbers.
I think I could use a little bit of seasoning.
Think so?
Hey,
Well,
Oh.
maybe we'll try that.
Some herbs and spices.
would it be better to make a fleet out of those fangs because it's already hollow?
Wait, what?
A musical instrument out of one of those fangs instead, rather than the rib.
Bones tend to be hollow too,
I'm
because that's where the marrow is.
just carrying on doing with the rib.
But the fangs aren't really they probably wouldn't be easily turned into a whistle or something like that. Now you don't have the proficiency
no.
for making music instruments, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Were you trying to be a bard?
It's my spell, summon animal spirit, but I gotta carve a musical instrument out of a dead creature I want to summon. That's why it took several bones, so I could have several attempts.
Yep. All right. Well, you're just gonna spend the time before going to sleep trying to carve some of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Braxton will take first watch then. How many people are we going to have on duty? I'm taking it the spellcasters have got to have a sleep.
I'll take second watch.
How cold is it? Because if they're
it is
going on
colder.
watch,
It is a lot colder.
If they're going on watch, I'm going to cast Endure Elements on the first one at the very least.
Okay,
So
well,
they can get armor.
Well, Braxon
Braxton
doesn't
says-
need it.
I don't feel very cold actually.
Braxton's
Oh,
fine.
you'll take the last shift. Or the second shift.
I'll go first.
Alright. He can put on his armor, I can cast Endure Elements on him.
Mm-hmm. And that'll make me actually be able to stand around in full plate for a while.
What is the temperature limit on Endure Cold?
But as low as minus 30F and as high as 130F.
Okay. And then beyond that, it
30F.
just reduces your animal.
Yeah, it makes it more towards that range, as close as it can.
Okay. All right. It is not that cold yet. You would guess that it is about 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, no, wait. Temperatures beyond these limits inflict 1 point of cold damage.
I already have other things for potential
Okay, so
issues with regards to extreme temperatures, so disregard that part.
Alright.
It's only -1. That's not too cold.
Yeah, well, I will say to Ockar is that if you get hit by magical fire or cold, it will dispel immediately.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Now,
on my shift.
So the shift is going to be Ockar, then who?
Higgimus?
Yeah, then I'll take last shift.
I thought Braxton was taking.
I'm going to be asleep, so I will not be able to cast my spell again.
I'll take my medium or the mid shift.
All right.
Yeldan always takes the last
Braxton,
shift.
take last shift in. Oh, third shift.
Right. Well, I think the point behind Braxton taking the last shift is that if Lafdul casts his spells before he goes to sleep.
I can cast it twice actually, yeah, because it lasts an hour and a half per level, which will easily outlast the night.
Are you sure? So you don't care who
yeah,
takes?
Yeah, it'll be at least 9 hours.
Okay.
Minimum. So the first and second shift will be covered. It's not the third shift that will be, if it's more than 8 hours sleep.
You'll be sleeping for 8 hours.
I think Higgimus is fatter than other people and insulated.
Yeah, but okay, so
you call me fat.
Just who's okay, so Ockar's taking first shift. Who is taking second shift?
I said I was taking second.
Okay.
Alright, I will cast on those two. The first two people taking the first two shifts I will cast on.
And third shift?
I guess it would be Braxon, because of the ring.
Okay. And then Yeldan.
Yep.
So Yeldan doesn't get the benefit of the spell.
No.
Okay.
I mean, Braxon can lend him his ring. But, yeah. It's up to Braxon.
Okay. The night passes pretty uneventfully. It is still quite cold. You're, even with all your sleeping bags and people piled into these rooms, it is still pretty cold. But not so much that you're in particular danger. Okay. And the night passes uneventfully. Hold on a second, I got a question.
After he has sleep, Braxton will put his armor
on. You mean for your shift?
Yeah, the chainmail.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it does not seem to affect your personal temperature. You seem perfectly comfortable.
Okay. Looks like I was worrying over nothing, says Braxton.
Anyway.
You're pretty lucky.
Other people need to worry.
Yeah.
The other one has armor, so...
I'm not sure that Braxton's even realised the ring's doing this.
Fair enough. Okay, the night passes pretty uneventfully. And the next morning, you guys wake up. Spellcasters take some time to memorize spells. You guys make some breakfast.
I'm not taking correct food and water
Higgimus.
now.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want continual light on?
Maybe Braxton's twigged it.
His lantern.
How about? Yeah, I guess the lantern would be fine. Like something on the inside of the lantern.
Keep in
Do
mind
we have
that
like a?
your bullseye lantern still can only do the bullseye effect.
Okay, yeah, that's true. How about we do it on a piece of, or not a piece of, but a shot, slingshot.
Do
That's
it?
pretty
Yeah,
small.
we can do that.
Yeah.
I can make you a bullet, a slingshot bullet, or what about the cheaper gem, something like that?
A
One
stone
second, I'm
and
looking through all
arrowhead.
my stuff here.
An arrowhead will work.
I give you a slingshot bullet if you want.
One second,
Praxis.
let me look at my stuff real quick.
Braxton says to Higgimus, it'd still be worth making your bullseye lantern magical at some point. You'd be able to avoid using oil.
Yeah. Well, this is just something I had as like a backup thing in case something affect our magic.
Oh, how much oil did you have, by the way? Because you used up a few pints.
I had 8 pints.
Okay.
Or 8. I had 8 oil.
All right.
I'm guessing it's a pint.
Yeah.
Oils.
Yeah. It's you used 3 then.
3 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
That made the Braxon use.
He
No.
doesn't use it because his is a
Bra-
continual light spell on it.
Yeah.
Lantern.
Braxton treats his lantern with continual light on as a mage of magical item.
In the meantime, I actually
Yeah, let's
cast
do
strength.
the bullet, and we could put it on the inside the lantern.
All right, I do that, and I also cast strength on Braxon. And the mount
you.
spell for the mule. And is there anything? Oh yes, there's something else, but that needs a question first.
Okay, hold on. Let's do the continual light. Okay. No wild surge, and there really isn't any level variation effect, so it just works. Strength. Okay, that's 1 hour per level, correct?
Yes, just a second. Yes.
All right, there's no wild surge on that. I'm not going to tell you how long that lasts. And the mount spell is 2 hours plus 1 hour per level. Okay.
Huh. Or we get a flower arrangement instead of a mule.
And the strength spell increases Braxton's strength to 1860.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, you could almost match me in an arm wrestling competition.
That's a stretch.
I was joking.
All right. All right. So you had another question about another spell.
Yes. Are we still at the crevice?
You're at the very end of it. It is. You've come to the end. It's come together now. So you can get around.
Okay. So then it's actually no good. I was thinking of sending a wizard eye across the chorus to look what's on the other side. But if we're at the end, then there's no point.
Okay.
I will salt the map and
Okay.
where I think we might have gone in this amount of time.
All right. Well, the map doesn't have any distances. So basically what it does is it indicates that you should continue south until you come to the shore of some sort of body of water. Then turn west, which would be right, until you come to, and it indicates that you'll come to a narrow ridge leading up away from the shore. And that will take you to a narrow pass, which you will pass through. Follow that until you reach a thin spire of rock. and from there, there's a traveling up a to a spur from the main mountains coming off the shield wall.
Oh. Then
And
is
that's indicating that that's your destination.
I'm gonna try to commit this to memory
Okay.
as much as I can.
How thin is the path? Does it seem?
This is all abstract, so it could be 20 feet wide or it could be 2 feet wide. No idea.
I look at our sled like, I hope it's 20 wide.
We'll do what we do when we get there.
Yep.
Until then, we'll carry on.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always leave the
Braxon's
sled there, and you've got a mount. You could leave some things on the sled and come back to it and hope that it's all fine.
Hey, Old.
Mhm.
If Bless Watchfulness is cast on a caster, can he cast spells in the first round?
No. You can never cast spells in the surprise round.
Braxon says to Higgimus, if we ever do this again, we should carve a copy of the map into a shield.
What?
Then you don't have to stop to get the map out to check
Yeah,
it.
you put it on a shield, yeah.
It's a pretty simple map.
It's a very
Yeah.
simple map.
There's no real need, but
Yeah, it's not complicated. It's not like it actually gives you measurements or anything like that. It's just like landmarks.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is
but
probably
either way-
best for a situation like this.
Either way, we could, if we do something similar to this again, we could take the map with us on a non-perishable item.
All right. I'll keep it under advisement.
I am taking so many utilitarian spells. This is actually quite fun.
Utilitarian spells are always fun.
They're the best.
Yeah, literally so many different spells. You should look at my character sheet.
Braxon
Suits
says,
my
I think one of my rings is keeping me warm.
Yeah, don't you have that
don't
one
you have a
ring
ring
that
of
protects
cold
against cold?
resist?
Well then, you're
Let's
lucky,
get going.
Braxon.
Braxton's gonna take off the silver ring with malachite and see if he feels colder. Before we
You're
break
wearing
camp.
your armor right now, correct?
Yeah, is it underneath?
Whoa! I hope you don't do that. Because
All right.
While we're still in
lots of problems.
while we're still in the camp,
Still
So
in the camp.
so that's under your parka. You take your gloves off and you pull the ring off, and it just hits you. It is freezing.
so he puts the ring back on,
Oh yeah, you're fine now.
puts the glove back on, and goes, "Whoa!" It's the ring. It's the ring.
Yep.
Yeah, you're lucky you got that ring.
Mhm.
You don't have to worry about frostbite.
It is cold.
It is very cold.
Mhm.
Very, very cold.
All right.
It's like we're in frostpunk.
All right, company.
Negative one
Let's
is nothing to
pack up and
sneeze
head out.
at. Well, it's not even negative Celsius. It's not even negative in Celsius.
It
You got a
should
day
be.
less on your temporary healing potions.
Well,
Mhm.
then it's got to be just -1 because if Thopsel spell still applies.
Ah, no.
It goes all the way down to -30 on his Endure Element spell.
That was
No, that was
30.
the other spell that does that.
Oh,
That's Aura Comfort.
Oh,
Endure Elements, no, you can tolerate down to -30 and as high as 70 Fahrenheit.
is that?
Yeah,
That's
pretty sure
if
it's
I
higher than 70
specify heal
Fahrenheit.
code.
Pretty sure. Oh,
Yeah, obviously if I specify code, I can go down to -30, yeah.
Oh, okay. -30 Fahrenheit, not 30 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it doesn't say the Celsius. It
yeah.
doesn't matter.
So 0 Fahrenheit is -17 Celsius, and that's not including wind chill, which I'm not taking into account because I don't want to deal with that. But it is adding to it. It's very, very cold.
Mhm.
All right, so
Yeah, okay.
you guys
That's
pack up the camp and continue on.
Mm-hmm. How much snake did we eat? Did we eat all of it?
How about the wolf or something?
Yeah, the wolf ate quite a bit. It wolfed it down.
Oh!
I deserve experience points for that.
I thought
You
it was
get-
my job to do the bad jokes.
You get 1 million experience points for bad jokes.
Sweet, I level up as dungeon master.
Oh no, harder encounters.
Mush.
Yeah, no. What I was wondering is if we've got a few days of food or 1 day or.
We
Um,
have 2 weeks of rations.
you used up. I mean, well, Higgimus used up his rations. Everyone else was able to forego rations both so you didn't use a day's worth of rations because you ate some in the morning as well.
Yeah.
Use the winter rations as well.
So
What I'm wondering is if the snake will keep us going for a bit. It's 12 foot. 12 foot of
Snake.
yeah,
12 foot
but
snake.
there's not a whole lot of like meat on it.
Yeah,
Right.
we ate
And
all the meat. Basically.
Well, I mean, you didn't eat all of it, but it would have taken it would take a lot more time to prepare it to.
Or just
Keep
keep
it.
the rest for the wolf.
yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of that 12 foot is snake and how much is intestines. Because it's basically one long intestine, isn't it? The mouth at one
Intestines are
end.
snake too. Intestines are snake too, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That
you'll
would've
get
been
another
good when you
day's
cooked.
worth for the wolf. You guys
Good
were able
enough
to save a day's worth of your own food.
Cool.
But other than that, you guys get going again.
Mhm.
As you traverse through the day, it's pretty flat and boring. You spend quite a bit of time just like seeing the same thing over and over again, kind of thing. It's just snowdrifts and little ridges and things like that. It's very, very boring.
And the poking of snowdrifts.
After
Oh,
a
so it's
not
left-
particularly long period of time, however, Braxon, your strength
Mhm.
bonus does fade.
Right.
So
So
it did
Braxon
not
tells
last.
Lever.
That long.
How is the mount?
Lafdul will be,
Mount's fine.
Okay.
I mean, the
Lafdul
mount,
will be
the mount is
talking to
basically
the
guaranteed to
elves.
last longer.
About Evermeet. That they should visit there at some point.
You guys are very cold, but you're doing okay. The cold is not so bad that it is like overriding the parkas and protections and everything that you're wearing. However, Ockar,
we're also
you think that the
exercising.
cold is affecting your wolf a little bit more than you guys?
How bad?
He seems okay for now.
I can cast a spell on him.
Oh, I mean, he seems okay for now.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea if things progress worse. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep an eye on him. And
Speaking of pets, how's Taeon doing? I suppose he's inside that.
He's
Yeah,
in Lava's pack.
He's in Leva's pack, so.
He's actually hugging to my back.
he's hibernating.
Yeah.
Mm.
The
All right, keep an eye on your wolf, and we'll keep on
I
going.
will.
Throughout the course of your travels, it does get a lot colder. About the same amount that it changed between coming out here and getting to your first camp. It changes that much again. So.
Yep. Can you put that on the wolf now?
I will cast Aura of Comfort on the wolf.
Well, by the time
If-
it's
Oh, if
he's
it's
fine for the
count.
day. He's fine for the day.
Okay.
You guys, you're pretty tired after a lengthy travel of nothing really happening. You do feel that you are continuing to go down slope a bit, but the day is pretty uneventful otherwise, and you guys set up camp again.
Can we actually fit Behemoth in the tents, or is
Yes.
he having to sit outside?
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, he goes in a tent.
He goes in the tent with us.
No, that's
There's
okay.
a few
that's
things
okay.
I want to mention when we're setting up camp. Obviously, I'm using my crit camp spell, but I also want to use Log of Everburning on the wood, so we're using less wood.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
It basically means a single piece of log burns as bright as a campfire and twice as vibrant. So, I don't know, it's strong heat-wise.
For how long?
An hour a level, so 6 hours.
Okay.
I know that's awkward, isn't it?
Which, I mean, you probably wouldn't really need the campfire to burn
It's-
overnight anyway.
Well, no, it's just making their reserves go longer.
Yeah, so,
So I don't know, just half it.
I'll say that depending on how long, I'll adjust this depending on how long, how often you cast this, if you're planning to cast it every time. But for now,
Every night.
okay, if you're planning to use it every night, for now, you don't use up any wood from your in terms of days worth of wood that you brought along, you don't use up any.
Cool. Nice.
Okay.
Useful spell. It's the first time I've used that spell. So I had this spell from the start. I was like,
You haven't done a whole lot of camping.
well, you have, but I never thought of using this spell as a burning material, because last time you were in a jungle forest and there's always plenty of stuff around.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys set up camp. Go ahead and use up another ration. Are you guys like just periodically melting water and putting it into your canteens at camps?
Boiling it.
Yeah.
Boiling
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
The water is drinkable.
Yeah, my other sword can purify water if there's a problem.
All right. Well,
So
you can use that kind
Prior to us drinking it.
as
Yeah,
a
that would be
precaution.
nice.
Do you want to use that as a precaution?
It's
Yep.
not guaranteed that we're not going to get sick. It's just
Okay.
rare.
All right. Then that's fine.
All these utilitarian items you've given us. Protection against GM.
Okay. And you guys settle in for the night. Same watch shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Are you casting
Yeah,
spells
I'm
again?
casting Aura of Comfort on the first person and 2 Endure Elements on the last 2 people.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out first.
Aura of
Braxon,
Comfort lasts 6 hours. Yeah, there's
Braxon says to Lafdul before he does that, I feel quite warm actually. You might want to use a spell. with some
Yeah, I
other
was going to do
people.
on Yeldan.
Yeah, Higgimus and Yeldan. Which I should roll.
It just means you'll take the last shift instead, though. Because
fine.
my spells will run out before.
Yeldan would prefer to take the second shift then in that.
Okay. Then I'll go to the third. That's fine.
Making me rewrite my my things.
I know, but Yeldan usually likes to go last shift because that means he's first.
That's good
It's
because
fine.
it means Braxton doesn't have to get up, get dressed, go to bed, and get up again.
Now you just get up last if you stay up.
Okay.
What do you think, Yeldan? Like the last shift?
Okay, and magic resistance for the Endure Cold on...
Oh. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, I got an 11. So close.
Really?
10% chance it's
Alright, yep, it's fine.
not nothing.
I should have rolled earlier, but for the previous night. The night is uneventful.
Another day. How old's my good berries are still lasting? I mean,
Yeah.
not affected by the magic. I mean, the weather.
No, the magic preserves them.
Oh, yeah, so they've got another day less than them. Keeping the durations down.
Have
Okay.
we been eating the good berries, or have you just been carrying them?
No, they're good berries. I got 5 days on my temp.
I
healing
think he's
potions.
keeping them in case people need
Yeah,
healing.
it's healing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay. So you're now on the third day trek.
How's my wolf
Strength,
looking?
strength on Braxon and the mount spell.
Thank you.
Okay. Just those 2 spells?
For the moment.
Okay. All right.
There's no continual light, no.
How is...
What? What?
Alright, no, never mind.
1850 strength for Braxon.
Thank you.
How's Beowulf looking?
Well, in the morning he's fine because he slept in the tent with you guys.
I'm going to need to get a table somewhere where all the different strengths are.
I believe if you change the score on the sheet, it should autofill in the rest.
Right.
Oh, actually, Leva,
Hmm?
do you still have the continual light memorized?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
But
fine.
I can for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow if you got another use, or if you can do a 1, that'd be cool.
Okay.
How do I do 1850 on Roll20? I only see a thing for 1 bit. Do I do 18/50?
0.50 decimal.
No. I think it's. I think you do parentheses. I can't remember exactly how they do it. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do in the morning before you set out?
It doesn't seem to have changed anything.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I can easily look it up and let you know.
1850 is total of +1 plus.
I can look it up.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll just make a table of it later when we're not playing.
There's a table in Purple Worm.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll find it another time. Don't want to
Yeah.
hold the game up.
And I mean, if I say that I can look it up, I can look it up. I'm pretty quick at getting the stuff. Anyway, so anything else that you guys want to do before you get going in the morning?
Oh.
Yes?
I will use... No, never mind.
What?
What?
No. It's something I overlooked last night, but it doesn't matter. It's already happened after it the next night.
Okay.
Braxon wants to check over the sled, make sure it's not damaged.
Sled seems fine. It's doing a pretty good job. I mean, you really haven't been encountering anything
terrain.
difficult for it, so.
Yeah.
I bet this is the longest journey he's ever been on.
Huh.
Is it the same donkey that keeps on getting resummoned? It's like, no!
I don't want to be in the cold!
Stop summoning me.
It should get used to it by now.
It's magic donkey. I'm sure it's not affected by the cold.
No, it's not a magic.
Oh, when Braxton's doing his shift, he'll experiment. Oh, sorry.
Once he doesn't make the donkey appear, and it's in the cold for like 9 hours, and then it finally goes away.
Braxton's going to experiment turning off his lantern to see if he could see any stars each night, just for like a moment.
Maybe with a spyglass.
No, it is still complete cloud cover.
Mm-hmm. If Braxton keeps the light off for a little bit, does he get enough night vision to see any movement in clouds, or can he just not see anything?
You just can't see anything. It's just this dark gray mass overhead.
Cool. Okay.
I'm just recalculating something now. Give me a second. Okay, so nothing else that anyone wants to do in the morning?
No. How old is that map, by the way, you're holding on to, Higgimus, do you reckon?
What?
How old do you reckon that map is?
How old? He can't
Yeah.
really tell. It's pretty old, though.
It's not over 100 years, though, is it?
It is almost
'Cause I got
certainly.
spell no direction.
It's
I
almost
was just
certainly
thinking
over
about
100 years old.
that. Oh, it is?
Yeah, almost certainly.
All right.
I'm wondering what we're missing here. We're being asked if we're doing anything.
No, I'm just calculating something out, and that's why I'm asking.
Right.
Okay.
That usually means we're walking into an ambush.
Well, if it does matter, Yeldan has been doing morning stretches.
Well, we're always walking to the ambush. Let's be honest.
I mean, you can't really
Ambush,
see
yeah.
very far, so yeah, it definitely is easy to get ambushed. All right, so third day, you guys get started. It quickly becomes obvious that it is even colder now, and all of you are feeling it, with the exception of Braxon.
Sorry.
Lafdul, help the wolf. He's not as protected as us.
Braxon, you're wearing you're wearing your armor now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he thought he was going to have problems wearing armor, but now he knows he isn't.
Yep.
He's going to wear the armor every time he's up under the cold suit.
Okay.
How much is Ockar's wolf struggling?
I mean, he's shivering at times, but you're all shivering now.
I will use Speak with Animals to find out exactly how cool he is.
Oh, you actually memorize that.
Yes.
Bjornwolf says, it is cold.
Yep.
It's too
Like
cold.
you're gonna fall down after a while.
Cold.
Alright, I will cast Aura of Comfort on it, but it only lasts 6 hours.
Okay. The mule also says that it is very cold.
Well, shut up, donkey. We don't care about you. You're voiced by Eddie Murphy. Nobody likes you.
You can also ask some questions to your wolf if you want to. It's just fluff, not actual questions in game. You know, I'm like mediating for you.
All right. So, what is the effect of Aura of Comfort on him?
Bear with me. It can minus 20F to 140F. Anything outside of that range is. It tries to maintain 70F. So
okay, so negative 30 would be 60 rather than 70.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, Bjornwolf says, "Oh, so much better," and he's fine.
Yeah, only lasts 6 hours, so he should last until.
We should care about the mule. Just saying.
We don't care about the mule.
He is pulling our stuff.
Can we get the wolf to supplement him?
It's an either-or kind of thing.
Yeah, it's either or. I mean, the only reason why we're not using... I thought the only reason we weren't having Bammo Bill is so that you could...
Your microphone...
James.
Your microphone needs to... sounds like it came disconnected.
That's Big Mac.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry. All right, James.
Yeah, I thought the reason why we were summoning that mules was so Bammo could help us in combat.
Die on someone.
Well, I mean, kind of either or. Your microphone seems okay now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I was trying to deal with it, but I had another window pop up.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, you guys get going. Bjornwolf seems to be a lot better.
Better than the rest of us.
The rest of you, well, that is going to be something else. Let's see.
I only have 2 endure spells memorized, and I try to keep them for the shifts. I mean, I can do it if someone starts getting frostbite. I'm using my dagger and I'm alternating it between my hands.
We end up fighting over that damn ring of Braxons.
I'll give you a little bonus on my rolls then, Lafdul.
It's literally to keep my hands from frostbite. Just swapping them.
Yeldan's making sure he isn't holding part of his body still.
Okay. Well,
Make sure I keep moving.
Keep his body moving.
yeah, moving
I
helps.
think the fighters would do exercises for the party.
Yeah, we're making sure we keep moving.
All right.
Down.
You continue through the day. It does continue to get colder, although the temperature drop as you go through the day isn't as bad as it was on the first 2 days.
Is it getting colder because we're just traveling, or is it getting colder because of the weather change? What's it both?
It might be getting colder because we're going closer to the pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting colder because you're moving farther away from the sun.
How far away are we from that pole? Because it's going to affect what spells I memorize now.
Oh, I mean, you're not going to get to the pole. The pole is thousands of miles away.
How much further are we away from our destination? As in, how much colder is this going to get?
You don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know.
We're not going to get to the pole, and even if we did get there, it'd be so damn cold that we wouldn't survive long enough.
Oh no, I can memorize spells that would endure half the trip, and we're not experiencing the full duration of a day's march of it, so that'll be fine.
Braxon says, if we cut up that woolly snake, do you think we can make leggings?
You
guys have leggings. I mean,
we have leggings.
Yeah,
we bought them.
Well, additional.
No, more clothes aren't going to really help.
At this point, yes, more. We got as far as we can with clothing.
Okay,
yeah, that's why
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking it kept the snake warm.
We're wearing more warm stuff than it was wearing.
Well, I mean, you also have completely different,
physiology.
Body physiologies, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. After about you've been traveling for quite a while. The cold is definitely affecting some of you. Let's see.
If it's starting to affect Leva, I will pass my dagger to Leva because she needs to be able to cast spells.
Higgimus, you take 3 points of exposure damage.
Oof.
Lafdul, you need to cast spells too.
Yeah,
right.
but I'm just alternating it between me and you.
Yeldan takes 2 points of exposure damage.
Okay.
Lafdul, you take none. Actually, your dagger helped you.
Yay!
And the mule takes some exposure damage.
Oh no!
Did Ockar not take any?
Nope. Some of you are better at handling it than others.
I'm imagining that's because of my paladin saves.
No, it has nothing to do with saving throws.
Is it physiology?
It's just there. Sometimes you'll take exposure damage, sometimes you won't, depending on what's going on. But you continue on. You guys aren't tired yet. You haven't gone a full day of travel. However, the strength spell on you, Braxon, does expire at about this point.
Okay. Braxton lets Lever know that he's feeling a bit weaker now.
Yeah,
Okay.
the aura confirmed in the last 6 hours, so...
Yeah, and that, actually, I should be, I'll do it next time.
The whole point was that the wolf wasn't exposed to 12 hours worth of code, only 6, I mean.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be 12 hours, it'd be 10.
It's around 8 hours of travel a day.
10.
Usually.
10.
Around.
You do 10 hours of travel. At least you hope you are. Now, this time, Yeldan, you take 3 points of exposure damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
Lafdul is okay, and so is everyone else.
Do I have to do anything particular with the healing just to check people taking exposure damage? Is it just literally just damage, or
It's just damage. Time and rest and healing. It's not quite frostbite, but it can certainly get to be frostbite.
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't at frostbite yet. It's just like, I mean, you've got some things covering parts of your faces and stuff like that, but you can't fully cover your face and everything. So it's just, you know, and even, you know, the cold is getting in through to the tip of your toes, the tips of your fingers, and stuff like that. So there's just not a whole lot you can do other than, you know, resting and healing and stuff like that. Give me a second. I want to check something.
Can Lafdul make himself into a more insulated creature?
Not for that long.
Not
His
that
alter
long.
self doesn't last that long.
I don't think it gives you any benefits of the given creature anyway.
It gives you wings.
Yeah, well,
Too bad we can't summon a fire elemental to come along with us.
I don't think it'd be very happy.
Oh no, it'll be pissed at us, but
Keep everyone.
Well, if I was still playing Xavier by now, he'd probably.
no, it would be holding back favors. Remember that time when you were in that pole, that cold area? Yeah, you owe me.
I could reduce the fire, and you could carry it.
Has anyone
You'd
taken
burn yourself,
6...
but
Has anyone taken 6 points of exposure damage yet?
No.
Oh, is that a thing? Because I could. Would healing prevent anything, so to speak? Because I could give up good berries at that point.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that this until it happens.
Nope. I'm almost there, but not quite.
Okay.
Could we use
We got 14 days, 4 days left. So
could we use fat from the dead snake to cover our faces, keep our faces warmer?
No,
fat
that would not
freezing
keep
at
your,
this
that would be worse.
That would just make us freeze faster.
when you kill something, you can stick your hand in the corpse, and that'll warm you up.
But that body's long cold. It's
Yeah, I know.
basically
When you
frozen
kill
by now.
something,
Yeah.
Okay, you guys continue on. However, let's see.
I get the feeling I might change spells if this keeps up.
do you have polymorph? Can you polymorph into anything?
It's
Lafdul?
not polymorph; it's outer self. Eventually, I'll get polymorph.
I can polymorph myself. Can I polymorph myself into something that would sort of be warm?
Yeah, you could transform yourself into a yeti.
Or a polar bear or something like that. But I mean, it has to be something that you're at least somewhat familiar with. Not necessarily familiar with, but I mean, you know what a polar bear is, kind of thing. So you
Like
can do
a
a polar
snow
bear.
troll or something.
The question is,
Yep.
how long does it last?
Why don't you
Not
both-
long enough to
Yeah.
turn to level. I was actually more thinking something for the group, like turning into a fire and
No.
elemental or something like that.
Nah, it's elemental, not a... Actually, I
Or
don't know.
something else that
No, I mean, and the size would be you wouldn't be able to turn into something large enough that could affect the entire party anyway.
okay.
it's still really windy.
It is, yes. It is, like, the wind has been constant. As far as you can tell, it has not stopped. It varies in intensity, but if you had to guess, it is varying between 30 and 50 miles per hour.
Jeez.
Well, at least we're not boiling alive on the hot side right now.
No, you're just freezing to death on the cold side.
When
Lafdul,
everyone's in,
you take
Sorry.
3 points of damage.
Oh, I do?
Yep.
Oh, my... Has my dagger gone out?
And Bjornwolf takes 1 point of damage. No, it's just that the cold is that intense.
Yeah.
The rest of us are okay?
Braxon says, I wonder if we can improvise some sort of sail to hide behind to stop getting the cold blowing on our faces.
Well, we need to travel.
That would be blowing in. That would cause
That
the
would
fabric
block
to blow
our
into
line
our
of
faces,
sight.
and then we'd have cold
But then
fabric.
again, only the person in front needs to see.
No.
Oh, I mean, if everyone is attached to
We're all
ropes.
attached to a rope, so yeah, it does apply.
On the other hand, what happens when another snake jumps out of a snowbank?
Yeah,
at
well,
you?
they won't now, so...
Person in front did not notice that.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to miss our dinner.
Anyways, we're just poking the snowbanks anyways. Check them. Or at least Higgimus should be.
Mm-hmm.
About the time when you guys are getting a bit too tired to continue on, the mule does vanish. You were thinking about ending anyway, ending for the day anyway.
It's as good as time as any, huh?
And
let's get to camp.
Leva takes 1 point of damage from exposure.
Okay.
How much?
Camp set up, guys.
Because resting will give 1 hit point back. I want to keep everyone up to 1 point away, ideally, with my good berries. So I got 15 good berries to give out.
Well, I didn't take any damage. Behemoth is gonna heal completely from my rest.
Braxon says, Ockar, how about we both take half the night each to give the other fighters more chance to heal up?
Okay.
That doesn't change the amount of how long it'll
You need
take.
rest. You
Oh, yeah.
literally are walking for hours.
Yeah, I know, but
It won't change
we don't want other
anything.
people to die.
I will tell you real fast that exposure damage is not quite like normal damage in terms of how you recover it.
Is it
Can I not
cumulative?
heal
So
with
like,
magic?
I mean, you can heal it normally. That's fine. I'm just
No,
saying
but
that
you don't rest for it.
it's not necessarily going to be the same as
real quick, Ald.
Mhm.
So say I heal a point of the damage tonight. So I've taken 3 points, right? And say tomorrow I take another 3 points. Is that going to reach the 6 points that you're talking about
Yes.
before? Or okay.
All right, I will.
So-
However, healing is going to be a little bit different. Healing this is a little bit different than healing normal stuff.
Oh,
Even via magic healing.
No, the magic healing will heal it fine, but it's not like you haven't taken a blow in battle. This is more.
Alright.
I mean, it's exposure. You.
If you've taken damage, write how much damage you've taken in chat for me.
No, because you don't know that.
I'm just gonna put.
How am I supposed to?
We don't know that.
I mean,
You
you can
recognize
see the number one. You can see the bars, and that'll give you an idea.
All right,
of
I
who
will
is-
start handing out good berries to people. They tell me when they've had enough good berries. Bearing in mind,
Braxton
you can only
says-
ever have 8.
Braxton says I feel fine.
I'm
I
fine.
will. I'm going to take 3 for myself. That gives me 12 left. So I will heal up.
What about the healing potions you made for us?
Yeah,
You said
I'd
they're
run these
lost.
good berries first.
Good berries
Yeah.
first. They only heal 1 hit point per berry.
Yeah, that's and
I think.
Level will be happy with one berry.
alright, I will give 1 to Level, so Level will get 1 hit point back.
Thank you.
Yeldan will take
I'm big, so I would like some more good berry.
How many? Do you just say how many? I'll take them off the list.
Give me 2 of them.
All right,
Yeah,
I've
let
given
him
2 to
take-
Higgimus.
3.
Yeldan takes 3. I got 6 left.
Feed one to Beowulf.
Yeah, I'll feed 1 to Bear. Can he eat berries? I assume so.
You can
Yeah.
eat berries, yeah.
Or,
You can eat
well,
berries.
Alright, I got 5 left.
They just don't
Keep them
eat
for later
berries.
then.
Keep him for later.
Now, you guys will still need to eat your regular
Yeah,
rations.
it's just a healer.
Yeah, because we
Um,
use them for
yeah.
healing, not for.
So how much? So does Beowulf just eat one of my rations?
we bought
did you
rations.
buy?
frozen.
You bought extra
We
rations.
bought
Yeah,
rations.
We
Yeah.
paid
for
for
Beowulf.
rations for your mafia.
Okay.
So you should have the same number that you started with. You should have for Beowulf as well.
Okay. I had like
Yeah.
I put
We
down
had 2
like
weeks.
6.
Everyone had 2
I-
weeks,
We had 2
Yeah.
weeks.
We've
2
used
weeks
1
minus
day
1
each.
day.
Higgimus has used 2.
and this is another day.
Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't
So
we wouldn't
now,
bring
yeah.
2 weeks for us and 1 week for Beowulf. That would be stupid.
I had marked myself down as like having 16. So
These are different rations, though. That's why I've listed them differently.
okay.
Yeah, these are separate because this is for
Cold
it's
weather.
higher in protein. There's a lot more meat in it, a lot of fatty meat and stuff like that. Specifically designed to give you more energy in the cold, keep you warmer.
Yeah.
All right.
And Higgimus has a nut roast.
Is there anything special that you guys are going to do before you camp, before you rest?
I'm going to make sure that I warm my extremities next to the fire.
Okay.
Get them nice and thawed out.
Okay.
Warmed up.
Still casting log with ever burning on it.
Braxon's going to see if he can build a windbreak with snow to protect the camp.
I imagine we've been setting the camp in the opposite side of the wind in the snowdrift.
Yeah, but like he'll see if he can build things around the side or something. Turn into a C shape.
Yeah, you try to you spend some time expanding a snowdrift to try to give it better protection. Okay.
Yeldan's also warming himself up by the fire.
I'm going to change up my spells for tomorrow then.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and take our break here. We'll come back in about 10 minutes and see if I can't freeze you all solid tomorrow. Terrible, aren't I?
Yeah. I'm sitting right next to a heater.
So the cold in game is so bad that you feel you need to warm yourself in real life.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like
Good to know.
It's like 30 degrees outside.
It's like when you
I
watch
hate
your
it.
survival programs, you start eating food. It's like, oh, I feel so sorry for them as you're eating, like, I don't know, donuts or whatever.
He's that into the role.
Exactly. Anyway, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone.
Yep.